Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Be a Loser. This will be our first video in our new series, and we're going to introduce you to our recommended diet: low carb, high fat. Before we begin, I would like to credit our sources for this video and all the videos in this series. First and foremost is Gary Taubes. His writing truly started me on my path towards a healthy life 6 years ago. I recommend both his books, Why We Get Fat and Good Calories, Bad Calories. I'd also like to credit the book Simple Keto, authored by Sim Land. It's definitely a wonderful resource for understanding the LCHF diet. And finally, I use 3 websites that are excellent resources: dietdoctor.com, the Ketogenic Diet resource page, and rule.me. There are links to all of these books and pages on our website. Okay, so what the heck is a low carb, high fat, or LCHF diet anyway? Well, the name identifies the diet pretty well. You are restricting carbohydrates and eating high amounts of healthy fats. The true diet that we are recommending is a ketogenic diet. When you are eating carbohydrate-dense foods, such as pasta and bread, your body produces a hormone called insulin and begins breaking down the carbs into glucose. Glucose is the easiest molecule for the body to use for energy. Therefore, the body will always burn glucose preferentially to any other molecule. Now, because your body is burning the glucose for energy, the fat that you've eaten is not needed at this time to supply energy. Therefore, the excess energy is then stored as fat in your body. It's important to note that the body can use glucose, aka carbs, or fat for energy, but not both. So if you're eating high amounts of carbohydrates, as is recommended by most doctors and nutrition experts, then your body will never use the fat you're eating for fuel. Remember, glucose first for energy. However, if we highly restrict the amount of carbs that we're eating and increase the amount of fat, our bodies will incur a metabolic shift from burning glucose to burning fat. Once we begin burning fat, our bodies produce molecules called ketones. Ketones are an alternate energy source to glucose. This state of burning fat and producing ketones is known as ketosis, hence ketogenic diet. There are 2 ways of entering ketosis: either using intermittent fasting or eating an LCHF diet. For more information on intermittent fasting, check out my series on it here. Now, be aware that transferring the body to fat burning by entering ketosis takes a different amount of time for everyone. The longer you've been insulin resistant, the longer you've been eating a high carb diet, as well as how much glycogen is being stored by the liver, all determine how quickly you will enter ketosis. A typical transition time is 2 weeks. At this point, our strict low-carb diet should result in the liver burning through its glycogen stores, and that will signal the body to begin lipolysis, which is simply the burning of stored fat. Now, it's important to pause here and note that glucose is not necessarily the best method for fueling the body. It's simply the easiest molecule for the body to break down and use for energy. Our bodies are actually designed to use fat for fuel and run more efficiently on the produced ketones. During long periods without food, our ancient ancestors would burn their fat stores for energy. If the body was not designed this way, meaning it could only burn glucose for energy, then we would have died out as a species long, long ago. In fact, it is well known that the brain runs much more efficiently on ketones. Yes, it's true that the brain needs glucose every day to survive, but you do not need to eat that glucose. It's produced by the liver in a process known as gluconeogenesis. So the obvious question now is, why should we eat a ketogenic LCHF diet when there's so much carbohydrate-rich food available? And the answer is that there are many positive benefits to LCHF. First and foremost is weight loss. There is no doubt that LCHF done correctly will promote weight loss. If you watched our channel intro, then you know that it certainly helped me. Additionally, LCHF lowers total cholesterol and balances the three risk factors of cholesterol. HDL goes up, triglycerides go down, and LDL balances. Much more on that as we get deeper into the science of the keto diet. LCHF also lowers blood sugars, which can obviously help to control and even reverse type 2 diabetes. Additionally, it has been shown to lower blood pressure. The diet gives you extra energy and physical endurance, along with greater concentration and mental acuity. The ketogenic diet has long been used to control epilepsy without the need for pharmaceuticals. I'll link some reading in the description for that. There have also been recent studies showing that keto diets can aid in controlling or curing cancer and Alzheimer's. Again, I'll have links in the description for those as well. But I'll note here that sugar is the main food for tumors. There are many more possible advantages to LCHF that we'll discuss later in the series. So if these benefits aren't enough to at least get you intrigued about LCHF, then let me throw this at you. Because fat takes longer to be converted to fuel than glucose, we feel full for much longer when eating fat-rich foods than we do when eating carbohydrate-rich foods. Simply put, the higher your diet is in fat, the less you feel hungry throughout the day, so the less you will need to eat per day. As we progress through this series on LCHF, we'll discuss what foods to eat, how to track your ketosis, some possible side effects when starting out on LCHF, common myths and misconceptions of LCHF, as well as the deeper science behind the ketogenic diet. Additionally, we'll show you how to set up meal plans, as well as showing how to cook some foods that we typically miss when we're on LCHF. As always, we encourage you to like our videos and comment on them, as well as subscribing to our channel for updates on new content. I also invite you to like us on Facebook, as we post updates there regularly as well. There's a link to our Facebook page in the description of every one of our videos. To stay completely up to date, as well as find links and recipes and much more, please visit our webpage, bealoser.today. There's a clickable link at the end of every video and in the description of each video as well. Thanks for watching, and until our next video, keep being a loser